Hello, welcome to this camera lens shootout. My name is Bram Stolk and today I will be testing two lenses. The first contender is this Mitakon 65mm and it will go up against this Minolta which is 58mm, and despite their size differences they're actually quite similar. The Mitakon is f over 1.4 and this one is slightly faster. The Minolta is f over 1.2. Now we will be testing this on this gorgeous new camera I got, medium format, the Fujifilm GFX 50R. So let's get to it. So first a word about the conditions. I shot both these pictures at f over 2 because really these lenses, even though they go open very wide, it's probably better if you stop it down a little. Pictures were taken outside, ISO 125, 1/2000th of a second shutter speed. Now, there's no lens info because they're not autofocus electronic lenses. But still it's easy to know which one is which because we see a wider field of view on the right, which means on the right we've got 58mm of the Minolta and on the left we've got the 65mm of Mitakon. Another telltale sign is the vignetting. The Minolta is a full frame lens, so we have a little bit of vignetting here in the corners, and the Mitakon does not have that issue. The subject distance was 117 centimeters, and I tried very hard to have identical focus. I'm not sure I fully got that, but I did the best I could. We've got rulers here. We can do a quick spot check. This is at 200%. This is at 200%. Now, on the right we see 14, 15 is the focus. And here I would say 15, 16 maybe. 15, yeah. 16. So it is almost the same. It's kind of similar. So one thing that immediately strikes me is this 7. It's sharper on the Minolta. Let's see if we go to 4. And the 4 is sharper here. So yeah, so there is a slight difference in focus point, but yeah, it's hard to nail that. First off, I have to say both render with beautiful bokeh. It's buttery smooth at both sides. If I have to give points, I have to look at this sunflower, the sunflower 200%, the sunflower at 200%. This is kind of smoother, right? So I'm gonna give the points to Mitakon here. But if we then, let's see, do we have the same magnification? Yes, 200, 200. If we then look at this leaf here, I would say sharper on the Olympus. But maybe that is due to the difference in focus. That is hard to tell. All in all, that plant looks kind of similar. Maybe a tiny bit sharper on the Minolta. Okay, let's zoom in on the dead center. Maybe at 300%. Oh, 300%. It shows up bigger on the Mitakon because of the longer lens. I have to say that the chart I made, I printed it on a consumer printer. So I think both lenses are sharper than the printer can handle. If I redo this test in the future, I will go with the professional print instead of this consumer laser print. But yeah, let's check a few more parts, like this text here at 300% and this text here at 300%. I must say the chromatic aberration, it's more annoying on the Mitakon because it's in green and green stands out more. And here it's in red on the Minolta. Let's try some other spot checks. 200%, no, 300%. Yeah. Let's look at these. Well, Mitakon has an advantage here because of its narrower field of view. It magnifies more, but still sharpness, yeah, it's hard to say, but very similar, very similar. Again, the chromatic aberration is a little more annoying in green than here in red. I have noticed that both lenses both aberrate in both directions. Let me see if I can get an example of that. Yeah, so here we see both red and green tints popping up, red and green. Let's try this chart here, number 9. Yeah, 400%, 400%. Yeah, maybe. Hard to say. Is the Minolta a tiny bit sharper? To really compare that, I would have to move the lens a little in so that the sizes are the same. But yeah, there's very little to tell them apart. For both shots, that's a funny anecdote. At first, I was unable to get the same exposure for two. And because I was outside, I thought, okay, this is because of the sunlight. The sun might differ a little from 1 minute to the next. So I shot a lot of photos and still the Mitakon was darker. And then it struck me, the Mitakon, I had a UV filter. So I reshot my photo for the Olympus, and both of these photos are taken with a UV filter. I must say the performance of the lenses are very much alike. It depends on what you prefer. The advantage of the Minolta is that it's much lighter. So if you are a travel photographer, go with the Minolta. The advantage of the Mitakon is that you do not need an adapter. The bokeh is really nice here at f2.0. Tiny bit better than this one, I would say, but there's not a lot in it. Another advantage of the Minolta is that it can go wider open. So I did not shoot this wide open, I shot this at 2.0, but the Minolta can go all the way to 1.2 and the Mitakon goes to 1.4. Not a big difference, but if you want the absolute extreme in shallow depth of field, then the Minolta is the choice. One more check. Let's see the sharpness of these cups. 200% and 200%. The Minolta is sharper here. Yeah, I have to call this for Minolta, and nicely pronounced here. Less so here. Again, that might be a tiny bit of focus difference, but yeah, I did capture the Holland here. Let's see how if we can read it here. Barely, right? We can't read this, we can't read that. Let's try the ruler here. So which are the sharpest numbers here is 15. Yeah, maybe here 15, 16. It's the focus should be very similar. So yeah, I would give both lenses an excellent review, and you can go either way. They seem to form quite similar, so I would get only one instead of both. If you're traveling, take the 58mm. It's so much lighter. The nice thing about the Mitakon is you don't need an adapter. I should mention the prices are roughly similar. I paid 400 USD for the Minolta, but that required an adapter and shipping for the adapter, shipping for the lens. All in all, it's kind of similar to the $600 for the Mitakon. So yeah, two excellent lenses.